Vitamin A does not exist in plants. When I was growing up, my mother would tell me to eat your carrots you can see in the dark. Now, there is some sort of truth to this because the true form of vitamin A is retinol, not beta-carotene. Beta-carotene is the compound found in vegetables. Beta-carotene is not vitamin A. It's not the active form of retinol. The amount converted is incredibly small, so you're not going to get high quantities of vitamin A from vegetables. Vitamin A found in abundance in animal proteins in its true form of retinol.
No. His assertion that we cannot really absorb vitamin A from plants is wrong. But his statement that retinol, so preformed vitamin A, can only be found in animal-based products is true. While proformed vitamin A, which refers to compounds such as beta-carotene, for example, needs to be converted into retinol. Retinol is the active form of vitamin A. So how much beta-carotene do you need to consume on a daily basis in order to reach the RDA for vitamin A? RDA is short for Recommended Dietary Allowance. And for that, let's have a look at the health professional fact sheets by the National Institute of Health. To make an example, let's take the highest RDA of around 900 micrograms of RAE. What does RAE actually stand for? It stands for retinol activity equivalence. 1 microgram of RAE, so retinol activity equivalent, is the same as 1 microgram of retinol. In other words, we want to see how much retinol activity equivalents are in plant products to determine how much we need to consume to reach the RDA. And thankfully, the NIH has already done that. I highlighted all the plant foods in green. Just one baked sweet potato with skin gives you over 150% of the daily value. Half a cup of frozen spinach gives you around 64%, and half a cup raw carrots give you around 50% of the daily value. But as this list showcases, there's many different plant foods which are rich in vitamin A. Beta-carotene gets converted in the small intestine by an enzyme called BCO1. It then gets further converted into retinol by the liver. However, certain unlucky people have genetic polymorphisms. In other words, they have genetic defects in which the enzyme is not working as efficiently as it is within other people. The author highlighted a study conducted in UK women, which found that certain UK women had a reduction in the conversion from beta-carotene to vitamin A of around 32 to 69%. Maybe the doctor in the clip that I showed you before was talking about the people that have these genetic defects. How many sweet potatoes do these people actually need to eat in order to reach the RDA? I've run some calculations and you will be surprised that these people need to eat around 300 grams of baked sweet potatoes. Or in other words, that's between 1 and 2 cups of sweet potatoes. And this is just looking at sweet potatoes in isolation, and I do hope your diet does not just consist of sweet potatoes alone. And we even have studies that checked vitamin A biomarkers within vegans. If vegans truly had problems converting beta-carotene to retinol, then the vitamin A levels within vegans would be almost non-existent. But that's not what we see when we measure vitamin A levels. This study looked at different minerals and vitamin levels between omnivores, vegetarians, and vegans. And as highlighted here in green, the vegans are well within the normal range. So the notion that we vegans cannot get enough vitamin A is simply not true. And that even goes for people that did not hit the genetic lottery. And if you disagree with me, doctor, by all means do, but I would like to see data coming from your side. You are a doctor and you have more responsibility on the information that you're giving out on social media. And if you tell people to not consume plant-based vitamin A sources, you're telling people to leave out perfectly healthy foods from the table, and thus causing even more fear-mongering among people. The last thing we need on social media is another doctor spewing and spreading misinformation. What are your thoughts about this topic? Feel free to let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you during my next video.